everyone, and welcome back to the 30 Days Summit. I'm Bailey Richard, and this is my part 2 interview with Rob Kosberg. He is a 3 times best-selling author and founder of bestsellerpublishing.org. And in this interview, he's actually going to be taking us behind the scenes of some of his incredible funnels. So, Rob, welcome back, and feel free to take it away.
Thanks, Bailey. Great to be back with you. A couple things to share. I mean, our model is fairly simple, probably much like the chapter that I did in the book. In fact, just this morning, coincidentally, I wasn't even thinking about this call, but I posted this on my Facebook page because our funnel is primarily either webinar or case study or like a free plus shipping book funnel that leads to a one-on-one strategy session call. I have 3 author development coaches that we drive leads for. And I actually just got back from vacation last night at 1:30 in the morning. And in the last 24 hours when I was on vacation, we've gotten 34 new applications. These are completed apps, not incomplete apps, just in the last 24 hours. And all of this from these funnels. So basically our whole multi-million-dollar business is driven from the funnels that I'm going to show you and kind of walk through, and they're embarrassingly simple. So there you go. So how about I start with this one, and then if you have any questions, you can let me know, or if we have time, I can show you the other.
Sounds great.
I do live webinars, and I actually sell from the live webinars. High ticket, I'll sell as much as a $25,000 program where I give the price and I sell directly from the webinar. But I only do that kind of webinar maybe at most once a month or once every couple of months. So the rest of the time we do run a webinar funnel, but we run it as an automated webinar funnel. It's very simple, but converts really well. Just to show you some stats for this funnel in the last 30 days, you can see we're converting at about 46%. This is off of cold traffic, from our Facebook lead gen. And this is the page. The page is the same whether we run this as a live webinar or we run it as an automated webinar, although the offer is a little bit different. So basically, we're calling out, I'll change the headline just a little bit, but we'll call out what either the time of the year is or something about becoming a best-selling author. Free training reveals how authors, entrepreneurs, speakers, consultants, experts, and coaches, those are the people that we primarily work with, can use their own best-selling book to explode their income, impact, and independence. As I said, it's either automated or it is a live webinar that we do. Got a couple of simple bullets, how Shanda, Kaylin, Russell, and our other clients are using their books to create 6-figure per month incomes, go from hunting for clients to being the hunted, using your book to build an automated marketing system, and then how you can position yourself at the top 1% of your industry. Think John Maxwell, Gary Keller, Dave Ramsey, etc. So that's really it. It's really, really simple as far as a funnel goes. We're looking for name and email address, and we also will collect telephone numbers. We get, surprisingly, at least to me, somewhat surprisingly, about as many as 40, 50% of people that opt in will give us their telephone number, which we add them to our text message autoresponder, both for the webinar and for additional events or things that we do, or to drive people right into the call. So a little bit different than some people I've seen do this. This is the thank you page for the webinar, whether it's automated or live. The thank you page is immediately asking people if they're interested in a free strategy call with us, even before they've ever seen any content from us or have seen the webinar. So what I found is, I'm a fast mover personally, and many of my clients are fast movers, meaning that, they see something they like, they want to dive right in as quickly as possible. And so I just have a short, couple of minute video basically saying, hey, here's what I do, here's who we work with, here's people that we've helped. And if you want to see if this is a fit for you, then fill out the form to the right of the video. And that form is, basically 6 pages. It's our full application form asking questions about their business, questions about their book, questions about their financial capability, and then leading to a completed strategy session with their name, email address, telephone number, etc. So even before people see anything from us but the ad itself, we want to try to get them into a strategy session application, which works really well. If for some reason they don't fill this out and they go right into, let's say, the automated webinar, what I do in the automated webinar is I have the three secrets, like Russell teaches in the perfect webinar sequence. I've made my own kind of personal adjustments because over years I've done so many of them. But after each one of the secrets in the automated webinar, because it's long, it's about a 2-hour webinar, I then drive back to a strategy session application. So I'll go through secret number 1 after 20, 30 minutes, tons of social proof and case studies. And then I'll say, hey, if you want to have a call with us to see if this is a fit for you or not, then go to this link. Then I'll teach point number 2. I'll do the same thing after secret number 2. Then I'll teach secret number 3, and I'll do the same thing after secret number 3. And this is the basic page. There's only one thing to do. It's a short video for me, which says something to the effect of, hey, if you're watching this video, it's because you've already begun watching the webinar or you've completed watching the webinar, and now you want to see if we're a fit to work together. And so it's the same exact application, basically in the ClickFunnels form, as you can see here. And of course, we have different tagging, so we know how many come from prior to watching the webinar versus after watching the webinar, because we want to send them back to the webinar to watch it prior to actually getting on the telephone with them. We do, on average, about 10 to 12 full and completed strategy session apps a day. As you can see from what I showed before on Facebook, some days are better than others. We didn't have any kind of special push whatsoever, but we have optimized our ads pretty good. And so in the last 24 hours, we've had like 30 something, which is pretty overwhelming actually for my 3 sales guys. But they'll cherry pick and they'll work with the people that are most qualified first. So that's kind of the first funnel. And that's, one of our primary funnels, either to a live, webinar where I'm actually selling, or what we're running all the time is the automated webinar. So any questions about that? Is that pretty clear?
Yeah, it's really clear. It's so simple. It's awesome.
It is simple. There's a couple of things that maybe are different bells and whistles wise, but no, it's simple. It's compelling. It's targeted right. We do the strategy session quickly, and then we go right back to, hey, get on the telephone with us, and we're trying to drive the calls. So I'll show you one more funnel, which also is amazingly simple, and this is a case study funnel. We actually run a ton of case study funnels because we have so many successful clients, and so this is one of them here. Shanda Sumter, who's a friend and a client, we did her book for her core calling, and then helped and advised, and she's used her book as part of a free plus shipping campaign. And so we run a marketing campaign on Facebook and Instagram, how Shanda Sumter used her book to generate 11,572 leads and $409,000 in just a few months, basically in 4 months. And this is the opt-in, very, very simple. It's the exact same as same imagery, same description as the ad itself, and then same kind of thing. Here we're only interested in getting name and email address because we're sending them directly to the case study. And the case study itself is this. However, let me see here if I have it. Yeah, so this is the case study itself. The case study isn't always the first page that we send them to, and I'll show you that here. So the actual first page, and I thought I had pulled this up, but sorry, I did not. The actual first page, the thank you page, if you will, is this. The thank you page is a short video from me taking them, again, to the strategy session app. So before they actually go to the case study, I'm introducing myself. This is 2 or 3 minute video talking about what we do, who we work with, and this is a little bit of a longer page that I bring some attention to. This is a U.S. ambassador that I did a book for. This is Kevin Harrington, who's a partner, and I helped him do his book. And then I have, a whole longer form on how our program works, as well as a bunch of different case studies. So this is an indoctrination page that we take people to, again, asking for, hey, interested in working with us, fill out this form for a strategy session. This is the thank you page to Shanda's case study. So this is the opt-in, and then they go right to this as a thank you page. After this page, we send them, in other words, if they fill this form out here, we then send them to this, which is the actual page itself, which is like a 30-minute video that I did with Shanda on Zoom, where we talked about her success with the book and how we've helped her and how she's done it. And we break down her funnel, which is pretty cool there as well. If for some reason they don't fill out this form, or they don't fill out the form on the original thank you page, then no problem. They go into an email autoresponder, and we'll email them either to come back to and watch Shanda's video, which then, of course, on the video has the strategy session form. So we're always just driving them back to the content that they requested, and then asking them if they want a strategy session app. Metrics are always important. For some people, they, of course, want the cheapest strategy session applications they can get, and we do as well, but we also want the most qualified. So for us, if we're spending $80 to $100 for a strategy session application, we're pretty happy with that, because we know what our numbers are and what we'll convert off that. That's about what we get from our case study funnel itself. We'll get a little bit better from our webinar funnel, actually, especially the new ads that we're running right now are absolutely crushing it. And we're getting about $40 to $50 for that's part of the reason that we're seeing these kinds of results, is that our new ads are just killing it, and we're getting them for about half the price. But really simple. We have probably a dozen different case study funnels that we run, like this, what we call our Shanda funnel, that are just client successes that I've done a one-on-one interview with them on Zoom, gotten their details, and then run with it. And the other thing we do are the free plus shipping funnels with my books and various client books as well. So pretty simple, but super effective for our business model.
Yeah, I'm curious what widget or plugin you're using on the strategy that right there for the book in the Zoom survey.
You're asking me a technical question.
Oh.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sorry. I think it's an iframe, but I could be wrong about that. So
yeah. Might be like a Woo, but it's not a ClickFunnels. It's a plugin. It might be like Woo or something.
Well, no, the form itself is an email me form.
Oh, email. That's what I was wondering.
I'm sorry. The form itself is an email me form. I don't know how he puts it here.
Oh, yeah. It's probably just the custom code widget inside of the ClickFunnels builder, but that's what I wanted to know was that, yeah. Okay, so email me form. Great.
Email me. A lot of people don't use email me because it's not as pretty as like a Woofu or some other forms, but here's what I found. It actually converts better. And, their high ticket thing is like $10 a month or something like that. And it gives you all different, kinds of cool features. So I love it. It works conversion wise for us really, really well.
Great. Fantastic. Well, those are all the questions that I have. I really appreciate you walking us through these funnels. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about them before we wrap it up?
No, I just say keep it simple, man. Drive traffic to it. And, anybody can do a case study if you have a successful case study, and anybody can do a webinar. So, just add value, drive traffic to it, and test.
Great. Fantastic. Rob, thanks so much for being a part of the 30-Day Summit and for sticking around and doing this part 2 interview and for being willing to show us so much behind the scenes value. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Bailey. Great being with you.